Hi boys and girls, today we're going to be learning about Alma Thomas. This is Alma Thomas. She was born September 22nd, 1891, and she died February 24th, 1978. So that's not that long ago. She was an African-American expressionist painter, and she was also an art teacher. She was best known for her paintings that looked kind of like these ones here. So we're going to make something that looks kind of like this, but instead of using paint, we're going to use cut paper. So first, we're going to start out with a circle, and the first thing we put on every paper we get in the art room is our name. Then, when we're done, we flip it over so we can't see our name. We're going to choose one color, just one to begin with. I chose red. Yours doesn't have to be red. It can be any color you want. The first step with that red paper, or whatever color you chose, is going to be to trace a circle onto it. Now I'm using a yogurt cup, but if you find something else that's a circle, you could use that. Just gonna trace it, and every time we cut things out of paper, we go towards the edge of the paper. If I put it in the middle of the paper and have it floating out, then none of this paper can be used, none of this paper can be used. We ruined a whole piece of paper. I only need a little bit of paper, so I'm only going to use a little bit of paper, and I'll save the rest for another artist. Once we have it traced, you're going to cut it out. Okay, I have my little circle cut out, and now I'm going to glue it to my paper. I'm going to glue mine in the center, but you do not have to glue yours in the center. We are going to use glue sticks today, and when you use a glue stick, you need to turn the bottom to make it work. And you just need to turn it a little bit. We don't need to see the whole stick of glue come out, just a little tiny bit, and then if we run out, we can always turn more out. You're going to put the glue on this piece, not all over this piece. We're not ready for glue all over, we just need glue right here. So put a little bit of glue on it, not too little. We want to try to make sure every part of it's coated, and then stick it where you want it. And it's not going to stick right away. We have to push on it a little bit. Give it a nice little back rub, and there it is. Now, for the next steps of this, you're going to get strips of paper, and you're going to choose your colors. I chose orange next, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start tearing little pieces. And once I have a pile of little pieces, I'm going to start gluing them down. And just like with our circle, we don't put the glue on here, we put it on our little pieces. So I like to stick my glue stick next to me and then take the little piece on my finger and just rub it on the top and then stick it down. And I'm going to stick these down, and you're going to stick these down going around your circle. So wherever you put your circle, you're just going to start tearing your next color of paper, put glue on the little torn pieces, and make them go around your circle that you put down first. Once you get done with one row of the color, you can choose to do a second row of the color or pick a new color and do the same step over again. This extra is not garbage. This is enough that somebody else could tear this and use it on their piece. So I'm going to stick this back in the supply box and get the second color. The second color I'm choosing, or the third color I guess, is yellow. So now I'm just going to do the same thing, start tearing little pieces until I have a little pile, not too big, not the whole thing, just a few. And now, same thing, pick it up, rub it on your glue stick, and stick it down. Now my fingers are getting a little sticky, and that's okay, we're using glue. We're not going to wash our hands until the end. If I washed my hands every time they got a little sticky, I would be at the sink the entire art class and my art would never get done. So it's okay to have sticky fingers while we're working, but when we're done, we'll wash our hands. Okay, boys and girls, I have finished mine up, and I realized that my circle wasn't perfectly in the center, and that's okay. So when I did my last row, they didn't fit on this side, and so I just left it half. And if that's what you end up having to do because your circle wasn't in the center, That's fine. There's another example on the board of the circle really out of the center. So if that's how yours looks, look up there at that example to see what happens with your design. But we're going to have tons of fun making this. Bye!